Hello.
Hi. Welcome back.
And welcome to. You say welcome back. I don't know. I'm like less optimistic, and I just assume that people haven't seen anything.
I binge, so I can only assume that if anyone ever decided to watch this, they would binge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I have. Okay, what's a podcast that you binge?
Binge.
That you listen to?
The Read.
Back to back.
Yes.
Okay.
I wait today they posted a new episode and I haven't downloaded it yet, so I could listen to it tomorrow on the way to work.
So are you up to date?
I've listened to last week's episode 3 times.
What?
Because I'm driving when I listen to it, so I'm not always paying attention to everything I'm doing or what they're saying. So I go back and listen to it, and there's always like 5 or 10 minutes of it because it's an almost 2-hour podcast. And
oh shit, that's long.
they have like over an hour worth of material every time, and it's almost 2 hours. Sometimes it's a little over, but that's what I typically listen to.
Do they post every week?
Yeah, every Thursday.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I love it. It's my favorite podcast. They're really, really funny.
They are really, really funny. I have listened to a few of their episodes. It's just a lot. Sometimes they ask questions.
Their listener letters.
They answer questions, and those are messy sometimes.
Messy Bessie. Mm-hmm.
I've been listening to a podcast called Sex Gets Real. It's this lady called Dawn
Cheadle.
Dawn something. Something with an S. I don't know. And that one's pretty good so far. I kind of just change. Like I'll binge. Like for a while, I binged the Rupaul podcast, and then for a while I binged.
What's the podcast called for Rupaul? What's the tea?
What's the tea? With Rupaul.
What's the tea, honey?
And Michelle Visage.
Yeah.
I want to listen to the Ross Matthews podcast.
Not interested.
No?
No.
I think he's so funny. He's like an old dad.
He is, but I just that kind of like it's a novelty that wears off.
Yeah. I just want to see what he says. I follow a lot of podcasts that I don't listen to.
Oh, and Jenna Julian, I listen to them. But sometimes I think the episodes are stupid and I don't listen to it.
I've binged them.
Like when I can tell it was Julian's idea, I don't like it. Like when he has like his friends over and they like do like snake oil. I don't like that shit. It's dumb to me.
Snake oil.
It's like a genre of podcast that they do where they try to like be salesmen to certain products that are made up.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And I don't
really
like
their conspiracy theory one.
The conspiracy theory one was funny. I thought it was extra funny that I knew about all of them.
Yeah. I think the only one that I didn't know about was the Shakespeare one, that people thought Shakespeare was fake. And yeah, that's the only one I didn't know of. That one was funny. Because I was just like, really, guys? Y'all are really reaching this far to, I don't know. I thought that was funny. You should listen to the H3 podcast. Okay, the H3H3, Ethan. Okay, but you should listen to not their podcast in general, but you should listen to their podcast with the Puffcast. Their podcast with Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson's all right.
Because he talks about his recent. God bless your soul.
Thanks.
Just start melting. He talks about his recent scandal. Do you remember that?
Shane Dawson's?
Yeah.
He didn't have,
a couple weeks ago.
I don't know about any scandals with Shane Dawson because he's pretty dismissive of everything.
Well, it was very much like, guys, that's not true. But it was like this like Twitter account.
A scandalo?
This YouTube channel called Pop Feed or whatever the hell.
Oh, one of those things.
Yeah. It like chopped and screwed a podcast interview or whatever that he did like forever ago, where he said something.
Wait, pause. Welcome back to Scrambled podcast. We didn't say our name.
Oh, I'm Nancy.
If we didn't, hi.
Hi.
Time to go. But fuck that. Keep going.
I don't care if you know who I am. I'm in the witness protection program.
Exactly.
Apparently he did this interview forever ago, and he said something edgy because he is who he is and he was who he was,
because white gays,
and he said something that was very easily editable to make him seem like he was sexually
very Bella Thorne of him.
Yeah, that was made him seem like he had pedophile tendencies. And so they edited it, and they put it out in a video or like an audio thing.
Did they get sued?
Clip. No, they kind of self-imploded after like a few days.
Aww.
So Shane was just like, no, that's fake, and the real footage can be found here. And I'm sorry I said that because I'm sorry I made that joke because it wasn't a funny joke to make.
Half the jokes you say aren't funny, but
yeah. He's like, I'm sorry I said the joke in the first place because it wasn't a funny joke to make, but no, I didn't say that, and no, I'm not a pedophile. Like, I'm not a child molester. And people were mostly like bringing it to the forefront, not because of the interview that he said, but of what he said in the interview, but like he recently like flew out a fan, and like in the video that this like little YouTube account with 2 followers made, like they did like a collage or like a montage of the footage of him like touching on the little kid, and it was like a fan that reached out to him that wanted to meet him with parental like consent and guidance and like supervision was there, but like
he flew out both of them probably.
Yeah, and like obviously.
Do you think he paid first class though?
I doubt it.
Or like they were business.
They were business class. They were business class at least. But yeah, that was his scandal, and he like addresses it in the thing. But more importantly, he talks about all the conspiracy theories that he believes. Oh my god! And so it's great. I really like. Okay. Him. And I like hearing Shane talk in like long formats. Apparently, his podcast is gone. The Shane podcast is gone.
I can see that
because he had a contract with Fullscreen, that same company that had
Willems and Graces.
Yeah, did that fall apart? Like I think he said
Fullscreen?
That's Fullscreen sold to like AT&T or someone big.
They did, yeah.
And they just were like, yeah, we don't like this, and like everybody got fired and laid off.
Probably.
Did Willem lose his podcast?
I have no idea. I remember. I haven't heard. That was where the controversy with Willem started.
Why?
About the whole like he didn't recognize trends.
Oh yeah, I remember that with Courtney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that was messy.
Speaking of Willem, I want to get into my chancla real quick.
Let's get into the chancla. Slide into your chancla's DMs. I want to
slide into this chancla. So my chancla is Rupaul.
Okay.
Did you make that prediction earlier?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I knew you were going to talk about.
Okay. So it's been a very lackadaisical week as far as events, and my personal life it's been like pretty chill. Yeah. So one of the things that caught my eye, not even because I saw it in the news, but because I saw it on my feed like all over Instagram, a lot of queens, specifically like Ru girls, were talking about Rupaul. Yep. And talking about like on Twitter about like trans identity and how nobody can.
Excuse me while I just like touch my feet, by the way. Because my mom is barefoot and I'm just like hands all over my feet. Can't keep my hands off my feet. But continue.
That's someone's fetish. That's someone's new ringtone now. Just know that. I'm gonna make it and I'm gonna post it.
I'm shook, bitch.
So yeah, a lot of girls were posting about like how no one can dictate who is a drag queen and who has authority to like be on Drag Race and la 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 la. And essentially Rupaul had an interview with
The Guardian. I think so.
The Guardian, and I couldn't find. I didn't dig very hard. You found it? Mm-hmm. So what was the context of their like prompting that question?
The context was the interviewer started talking about bio queens, which is women in drag, women who do drag and enjoy it as pastime, have fun with it the same way men do.
Yeah, like performing exaggerated
and the meshing
femininity,
and the ability of them to actually apply for the show if they have applied for the show, and if RuPaul would actually allow it.
Yeah, he said something like, "Would you allow bio queens to be eligible for Drag Race?"
And what RuPaul said was
probably not.
He said no. He said no because it takes away from it takes away from the irony that is drag.
Yeah.
And it was like, but is drag irony to some people? Like, who's to say what, like...
Yeah.
I think that was the conversation that started to be had. It was like, well, I mean, like, that drag may be an irony to you, but it's art to someone else. It's an expression of something else to someone.
Yeah.
That's not you.
Sometimes it's an expression of, like, identity.
Yeah.
For people.
So, that's where it stemmed from, and then the conversation kind of moved on to, like, other topics, but he touched on that really quick with that person and then moved on.
Oh, okay. So they talked about other stuff.
They talked about a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to like, Emmys and, like the way his show is filmed.
Were they promoting season 10? Like, was that?
Probably more than likely. I think he was kind of honking season 10, but it was more just like a celebration of RuPaul and his career on television. Yeah. But from that interview, when he said that, and it was not taken out of context, that's just what he said. This is also not the first time he's been dragged. So, you know, when they had the
You've got Shemale.
Please excuse me, but the You've got Shemale spiel on the show where when, you know, the queens all huddled together and watched the video for RuPaul that gave suggestions as to what they'd be doing for the week, it would say, "Ooh, girl, you've got Shemale." And
I remember that. That was like not that long ago.
Yeah, it was a pretty big stink, and they ended up removing it because someone just finally pointed out, like, hey, that's offensive because, you know,
that's used as a derogatory
it's
term.
a derogatory term towards transgender individuals, trans women to be more specific. So that conversation came up, and RuPaul had a series of, you know, I think it was tweets, and he was just like, y'all better blah blah blah, like, this isn't the way I want, like, y'all can just represent yourselves then. Like, he was very just like dismissive of the fact that it was offensive to people.
Oh, well, really? Well, like for this instance, he posted something that like caught my eye because I hadn't seen him talk about anything like addressing it after the fact. I think he did finally issue an apology, but he posted something, and I wrote it down. He put he put out a tweet basically saying, you can take performance enhancing drugs and still be an athlete, just not in the Olympics. And so that's a very easy like metaphor or comparison to make, and I think he's very much like, I was having this conversation earlier with my roommate, but who's like very non-literate in like the difference between just like a gay guy and like a cross-dresser and like a person
he thinks
who's
that
trans.
they all kind of fall into the same category.
Yeah, it's just like sometimes it needs a little bit of clarification.
Same fish,
like,
same barrel.
Yeah, it needs like clarification.
Yeah.
And so he was like, well, it doesn't sound, just like by what I let him know, which is just like the general statements that he made, like it didn't sound like he was being malicious. And I was like, I don't think he is, because I've listened to his podcast. I've listened to him talk in like long forms, and I don't think they edit the podcast. Like him and Michelle like use the word tranny a lot.
Yes, they do.
Like unapologetically, and sometimes they like disguise it and they say like I don't know, they just like replace
That's why
a
I don't
word.
listen to that podcast.
Yeah, and it's like, dude, like even though it's not your struggle, just like as a gay man, your experience is totally different than a trans woman. It's like, be empathetic that these are people that you're still somewhat representing to a certain extent, because you're such a big, you know, like leader in the community. You say, like, it's like taking responsibility for doing something that can be conceived as wrong, or that can be conceived as offensive, or just harmful and rude. Like at the lowest common denominator,
it does come across as like really rude. Yeah,
and dismissive. It kind of can invalidate other people's experience. And it's not playing victimhood. It's not, you know, abusing, like saying that you're a victim because of X, Y, and Z. It's not necessarily saying that. It's saying, no matter what I go through and whatever I experience of people using this word against me, a leader in my own community, within my own community, doesn't respect me enough to not use that word.
Yeah, and it's
a very simple act.
It's really disheartening. Yeah.
So I like the statement that he made, just be like, you can take performance enhancing drugs and still be an athlete, just not in the Olympics, because it lets people know that it's like, this is RuPaul's Drag Race, and like I kind of make the shots, which is very clear, but like I just don't like that he's very unapologetic, like, oh, if I don't find it offensive, if I don't find it harmful, if I don't find it rude, I'm not gonna change. It's a really old school mentality. It is. You know, he's like
you can come to the shows, you can come to this and that and the third, but you're not going to be included in terms of casting. And it's still exclusionary, which
would be, and the statements that he made, he's like he said, like, drag is a big like fuck you to
male dominated culture.
And it's like a rejection of like masculinity and all this stuff. And he was like, I was like, how edgy and how like envelope pushing would it be to have just not only just gay males on Drag Race, which is traditionally what drag has been performed at, but like having like just changing and evolving with the times. Because I mean, for forever there's been bio queens and there's been like drag kings, and you know how like be with the times and be like inclusive of the people that you include. Like, people just last season, right, when Peppermint was in the season, people not only gagged because she was fucking legendary.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But
That
she-
lip sync. Both of her fucking lip syncs. Peppermint slayed me with those.
People knew her in the scene, like in the
Just
New York
because of
scene.
the fact that she was so high energy with her performances. Yeah.
So she already had made a name for herself. She didn't need Drag
Also,
Race.
shout outs to her because she just got breast implants and I didn't know that.
Yeah.
She's
She looks sickening.
well on her way, bitch.
She
Fight
looks
her.
amazing.
She always looks amazing. I love her.
Yeah.
I love
And
when she
she's so
highlights
nice.
her titties. They're so cute.
Yeah.
She's happy. She's feeling it.
But yeah, and she made a statement on like Billboard or something saying like, I'd like to think that people can learn and grow, and I don't agree with the statements that he made, and I think everybody should be able to be included.
He actually talked about that too on the Garden interview about Peppermint being and he said because she didn't have breast implants before you know the before we filmed the show, you know, she didn't have her breast implants, so yes, she could compete because she was like, you know,
still on this side of her transition.
Yeah, she was still like
I
to
think
a point.
that's where he kind of put his foot in his mouth, because he's like, yeah, it's okay to have a lip injection, some filler in your
because
cheeks, and
the
some filler
things
in your
he's
butt.
insinuating, like there's a certain point where you go from man to woman.
Yeah.
There's a certain point where, you know, there's a cutoff, and a lot of that is very much like, don't do that to people. Just don't do that to people.
Yeah. I just think like because he made like two statements. He made a statement where it's like, it's a big fuck you to masculinity in a male dominated culture to be a man dressing up as a woman, essentially.
Yeah, but who's to say it's also not a big fuck you to male dominated culture to be a woman portraying a hyper feminine version of yourself or a character?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's still very much a big F you to male dominated. Like, that's still just very much a big like pushback on male dominated culture. So that statement itself within itself was just kind of like, no, like it was
like
void
avoided.
I was just like, shut up, like just shut up, please, mom, please, mom.
It was very much like disappointed but not surprised.
Please, mom and or dad, like stop. And thankfully, I like things that I do like about this situation is he didn't delete the tweets. He left him there for public skewering. He left him
for record.
He's getting spit roasted on Twitter still.
I've never used that or I've never heard that term used in a non like sexual manner.
Well,
like
there you go.
Spit roast.
He's still getting roasted on Twitter and for those tweets because he left him out, which I think is amicable. And he also tweeted out right after that, you know, hey, I thank you for opening the conversation with me. That one that ended in, you are my teachers.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's being receptive of criticism, and I like that aspect of it because I think it takes, I wouldn't say it takes a strong individual. I think it takes someone who has sense to just be like, wow, everyone's pissed at me. I wonder why. Maybe it is me.
Yeah.
And he's not just like
Donald Trumping it, where he's just
I
like
was
holding
gonna
up
say
a mirror.
Tommy Lorenning himself. And, you know, just being like, you guys are all just like butthurt. You're all
snowflakes.
lefties. Like, leave me alone, lefties. I don't care.
Well, because he knows that that's probably his demographic, like yelling at him.
Yeah. And he's realizing, oh shit, people are gonna stop watching my show. Maybe I am being problematic. Maybe it's okay to be problematic and quiet. As Wendy Williams calls it, that's kitchen table talk.
What does that mean?
It's basically something you only say to your Judies. You know what I mean? Like something you only say in the peace and like mindfulness of your own home, behind closed doors. You can have those thoughts, but like in terms of, you know, being on the big screen, being on everyone's TV weekly on VH1, sis, you can't be doing that.
Yeah, you're in high def.
There was one thing I also wanted to talk about that. I'm so happy we're having this conversation now.
Shut the hell.
There was a conversation about him making those types of comments, and saying that he made the comments because of the people standing behind him and like the people funding the show, because now it's by VH1, it's through Viacom, all that.
Yeah.
And the conversation was, you know, he made those comments because a TV executive can't, and it was more so that, you know, middle America may not accept a woman doing drag as much as they would accept a man doing drag.
That's interesting.
It's an interesting conversation to have. I don't know if there's any truth in it. I'm open to a conversation about that. But it seems like a cop-out. It seems like a superfan cop-out. No tea, no shade, but that's what it just seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
I wouldn't doubt it either.
That he has a casting director who's like conservative, or just like,
or just says like, hey,
someone who like does like demographic analytics, or like what is it? What is
we're
that
not going to get the views.
Nielsen?
We're not going to get the ratings that we want with the bio queen on the cast. I think that's what like.
Yeah.
He was,
which
if that was the situation he was alluding to.
Which I feel could happen, because then it would just be like any other reality show.
But honestly,
it would be America's Next Top Model.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it kind of already is America's Next Top Model of drag. So like, I don't see the problem in it. I don't have a problem as a gay man who's watched RuPaul since season 1. Yeah. Whose family has watched RuPaul since season 1. I didn't watch the show before my mom and dad did.
Yeah, when I came home, that was cool.
I came home from school one day and they were watching season 1, and I was like, "What are you guys doing?" They were like, "We're watching RuPaul," and they were like sitting on the floor, not even on the couch.
And they've had their own experience with RuPaul prior to that.
Exactly. My mom loved the RuPaul show.
Yeah.
So that's what started it. My dad was like, "I don't want to watch that shit," and then it was like the Devil Wears Prada effect. Like males love that movie too, like straight males. And it was the same effect. He was like, "Oh, I like it. It's like a, elimination style show, and the antics are crazy. I don't understand half the language they're using, but I mean, who cares?
I'll learn."
Yeah. So my dad like knows what being shady is. He knows what like a Judy is in context.
I like that. Yeah, that was one thing that I was kind of like, I'm happy that it happened in hindsight, but it was just like, oh, Ru, why do you have to be like the mouthpiece for this conversation?
Why couldn't it have just been Michelle?
I think Michelle has more sense than that, because she hangs really out with the queen so much.
Michelle is very much a drag queen on her own.
Yeah.
And also it wasn't her that made the statements. And I like the fact that she was like, "Guys, let him live. He's gonna learn. I promise you." She's like, "I've had a conversation with him too." So it's a big dialogue for everyone.
This is a journey that he has to take, and it's just unfortunate that he's having it in the public eye.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy that a lot of people have been keeping him accountable for his statements. Yeah. I thought it was really sweet to see so many people like make their own private, like, I don't know, whatever, like Instagram statements saying like, "Hey guys, yes, this was said, but it doesn't like invalidate your entire existence, because you might not be like one of my favorite things that I think Charlie Hyde said was like a reality.
Shut up for a second.
Reality show
is
not reality. Oh yes.
That was intense.
Oh, I love that. Charlie was like a fave.
I think you thought that I was telling you to shut up for a second.
Yes, I was, because you were looking at your phone, like looking at your notes, and I was like, "Do you need to concentrate? Because you can do that on your own fucking time." I'm on the clock.
I was literally quoting Charlie Hyde's on Drag Race. And you were just like, wait. Wait.
Eclipse.
You can see eclipse.
It's eclipse.
You can see eclipse.
Wait, what? So that was my chocolat.
Can I move into mine? Can I talk about mine?
No.
It's not very intense. It's not as good as yours was, because I think we both had fun having that conversation.
No. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Do whatever you want. Okay, can I acknowledge the fact that we're both wearing stripes right now? Stripe up your life.
Oh my god. Everybody in the world, stripe up your life. So my chancla has to do with white feminism.
Are you talking about from the Oscars? That moment in the Oscars?
Bitch, I am. So let's get into this.
I didn't watch the Oscars. Did you watch it?
No.
Hashtag no.
Who the fuck watches TV like live?
Hashtag not me movement.
Hashtag not me.
Okay.
All right. In typical white feminist bullshit fashion, Emma Stone of Easy A and the House Bunny fame decided to open her thin rouged lips, and have a little comment about the best director category before talking about the nominees. And she called them Four Men and Greta Gerwig, accidentally minimizing the achievements of the two men of color, one of them being a Mexican immigrant in that category.
/ the winner.
Yeah. So I just think that it was very fucking stupid of her to even open her mouth in the first place about that kind of thing. Yeah, I know. Smooch is like,
going crazy.
I don't know why either. There's no reason.
Smooch.
You're literally just here, and that's why she's decided to be the way she is.
Maybe he stands for Emma Stone, and he's not.
She's an Emma Stone stan. Don't shade La La Land like that.
Don't shade La La Land. I never watched that. I still have no desire to watch
either.
it.
Fuck that. Mark told me it was stupid, so I'm not watching it. He was like, it was dumb. I'm glad you didn't go.
Does he just like not like musicals though, or he?
He said it was just stupid.
Oh, okay.
He said it was very Hollywood. It was very like pandering to the Hollywood types, and like only people who are Hollywood types would probably really enjoy it, and that's why it got what it did.
What the fuck is happening?
I don't know, girl.
That's so annoying. Yeah, but okay, but like, didn't like Natalie? What was it? Natalie Portman? Didn't she do that too?
But what she said was,
She said it differently.
and here are the all male nominees, meaning she didn't talk about how it's just men that get put in this category, but she wasn't saying, she wasn't what do you call that? She wasn't dismissing. She wasn't dismissing the men, the nominees. She wasn't dismissing the nominees. She was dismissing the panel that selected all male nominees.
Yeah, she was being critical of like the judges and the jury.
Yeah.
The people.
Whereas Emma Stone was literally saying Greta Gerwig is the only person I'm going to recognize because the rest of them are fucking men.
Yeah.
And it was just like,
I think
that was the difference between what what Emma Stone said and what Natalie Portman said. Is Natalie Portman was shitting on the game.
Yeah.
And Emma Stone was shitting on the players.
On the players, yeah.
So that was the difference in, the conversation.
Yeah.
And if she had just said, here are the almost all male nominees, it would be different.
Yeah.
But what she said was 4 men, like, fuck these 4 dudes, and Greta Gerwig. Like, Lady Bird was so good or something. Like,
I still don't understand. I don't know if we've talked about it on the podcast, but I know we've had this conversation before.
I didn't watch it, and I know it was stupid.
No, I spent the money to go to a theater full of fucks that would, including myself, who thought that movie would be good because of the one trailer that I saw and my affinity for like Juno.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen, I don't know if Greta Gerwig has done other stuff. I really did not research it.
She's been in like Girl Most Likely, and she's starred in a lot of stuff, but I think this was one of her like big like directing gigs.
Oh, okay. I just went because I liked the cast. The cast looked interesting, and I'm all about like a teen girl story,
Yeah.
And so, but it was not good.
Yeah.
I have yet to find.
Please excuse that if they can hear that.
Oh,
so we're just trying to open a door.
I can't tell. Yeah, the cat's going crazy. So if you hear some background noise, sorry. I can hear it, but I can't tell if it's me hearing it on the mic or if it's me hearing it.
It's like very much echoing in the room, so if they do hear it, that's why.
But yeah, that movie was whack. It had like 2 actually funny moments, like laugh out loud moments, and I just didn't like the editing. I didn't like the pacing. It was just like choppy and weird.
It's just a movie about a kid being a shit, right?
Kind of. She was kind of like ungrateful and like overprivileged. It was very much like the teenage experience, and like the fact that you can't focus on anything but yourself and your and other people's.
That movie was already made. That movie's already been made.
Yeah, it's like a copy paste coming of age story, and there just wasn't anything like edgy about it. It was like super
Edge
like,
of 17.
cutter.
What was that movie called? That was Edge of 17.
I compared it to like the movie called 13 by Catherine Hardwicke.
Okay, Edge of 17 was a comedy that came out in 2016, and it's about a girl who's very selfish, makes a lot of selfish decisions, loses a couple friends in the midst of all of her decision making, and it's all because of the fact that she's rebelling after her father's death.
At least there's
all she has is her mom and her older brother. Her brother's popular, she's not. And that's what that movie's about.
At least she has like a trigger. This girl is just like, oh, I'm like slightly lower middle class and I don't like it. Oh, we have to shop at a thrift store. Like, I have to go to like junior prom in this. Like, what? And like, she doesn't even like make a big deal out of it. It's just like her experience. I don't know. It's just like her experience being unsatisfied
a whiny
with
teen.
It's just like really whiny. And I just found no appeal to it when I was in the theater, besides Timothée Chalamet just being like really, really cute.
Timothée
Shamalama Ding Dong.
I was gonna say Shamalama Ding Dong. You're a bitch.
I'm sorry. The best day to wear a striped sweater. Yeah, that movie was garbage, and I kind of want to watch it again just to get my PowerPoint presentation. So like whenever I sit next to somebody who's like, oh my god, I loved it because it made me feel.
It made me feel validated in my teenage experience.
Yes, and I like I asked like on Twitter and like on Facebook. I was thinking, okay, maybe if I like ask the people who are just a lot more critical of movies than I am, because I'll watch hot garbage.
Me too.
And think it's great.
I love The Brave Little Toaster.
That movie is good.
It's really depressing.
Is there more than one?
There is like The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. There's another one.
I've seen the
original
the
Brave
OG.
Little Toaster
It's cute.
It's life.
It's cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah, and I asked thinking, okay, maybe somebody who like watches a bunch of movies or who just is more critical of movies, blah, 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 can tell me why they think it was good. Because everyone's busting nuts over this fucking movie and I don't get it. And so all of the responses that I got were like from girls. And they were all like, oh, I just liked it because it really resonated with like, it reminded me of myself and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, you're not telling me anything of what I asked.
Vain?
Which is fine to relate to the movie, but like I very specifically asked like, hey, can someone tell me from like a technical perspective why you enjoyed the movie? Was it like cinematography, which is totally justifiable? Was it production design? Was it costumes? Was it the acting? Which is, some movies, the acting is what brings it, you know, to life. Like it's what makes a movie good. The acting was okay in this movie. It was standout, but it was only standout because like everything else was so garbage.
Yeah.
And I was just like, what did you like? Did you like the storyline? Did you like the plot? Like, I don't know, like, did you like the character development? Like, what did you like as far as like film school 101, writing a story, technical ability? What did you like? Nobody could answer my question. Nobody could answer my question. I'm just like, can you read?
Yeah.
I don't know. That was super annoying. I'm still like annoyed that I spent like the $20 to bring me and my boyfriend, who's even more hypercritical of movies than me, to waste our time and eat some popcorn.
Let's circle back to my chancla though.
Oh yeah.
Emma Stone was fucking stupid for that. She deserves to get red for it.
I just appreciate that like she did get like dragged for it, because it's not even like the whole like, yeah, it is the whole like white feminism, like people calling it that, but it's just like, can we not just do things in the name of a movement, like feminism, to just be like that guy, to be that person, be like, oh, I said something edgy at the Oscars, like, look at me, I'm a big strong feminist. And it's just like, no,
and I still get cast.
It's like it's just like, no. Thanks
for your bravery, but
I just like,
stay strong, Kim.
I think it's so silly to like put a social movement that includes so many people and such like horrors and like hardship under like in a like passive aggressive statement at the Oscars. You're in like the most privileged room in the United States / the world, you know, to a certain extent, like outside of a business perspective, and even then inside of business perspective, you make a lot of fucking money. And yes, use your platform to make a statement, be a part of whatever social movement you want to be a part of, but it's just like, think about it.
You know what surprised me? Honestly, it surprised me that Greta Gerwig was nominated for Best Director, but the director of Wonder Woman, which came out this last year too, didn't it? Wasn't nominated as well, and she did a really good job of like directing Wonder Woman.
Watch it.
You didn't watch Wonder Woman? It's such a great story.
I haven't watched it. I didn't like choose not to watch. I just haven't watched it yet.
They did a really good job at making it to where the men in the cast were accessories to the main character and not the focus of the story.
Okay.
I thought that was really good, and that they just enabled Wonder Woman to only, you know, be the big character that she is. And I liked that about it, because, you know, it was directed by a woman and the woman understood that it was the female that's the main character. I really liked the directing of that movie, the way like they let the story play out. And I'm surprised she didn't get nominated.
I honestly, a lot of movies like that, like I don't feel like Marvel movies, action DC, movies, I don't think are gonna get nominated. We just saw Black Panther like a week ago. I don't know if you wanted to touch on that or not.
Yes. So like that was let's just move on. So that was my chancla. Emma Stone was a dumbass at the Oscars, and like what else is new with white feminists?
Yeah.
But
I think it's just worth so much more thought to make a statement like that.
Yeah.
And whether or not, like, to compare if Natalie Portman is smarter or whatever. It's just like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's just like, you should, being on such a big platform and being such a prominent person in society or Hollywood, whatever, just think about it. Yeah. And it's not saying that you shouldn't say it or say things like that or use your platform. It's just like saying like, hey, be thoughtful, be mindful of what you're saying.
And Shape of Water was great, so shut up, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Shape of Water and fucking Get Out. Are you serious?
Dude.
Those movies were way better than Lady Bird. Are you kidding? Shut the fuck
Get
up.
Out was amazing. Did we watch Get Out together? No,
You made me watch Get Out.
Yeah. We watched it here.
Like,
we watched it here.
I got into Get Out.
Yeah, that movie was fucking good. That was like my favorite. That's my favorite. Like, it's not favorite, but it's like
it was great commentary.
It was
on appropriation.
It was just a really good like thriller.
It was very good.
Fuck everything else. It was a really good thriller.
Good. It was fucking and funny too.
And funny.
Surprisingly, like Jordan Peele. No.
Yeah.
Jordan Peele does a really good job at being serious and funny right afterwards. Like immediately afterwards, there's comedy payoff.
Yeah.
So I was just like shook.
Good.
TS motherfucking A. So it was good.
Oh yeah.
But yes, let's talk about Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Let's talk about it. Who was your favorite character?
I liked the little sister a lot.
I think her name was Shuri.
Okay.
And I believe
I didn't really remember a lot of people's names, unfortunately.
Let's look it up. Because my favorite were Okoye and Shuri, I think. Mm-hmm. Okoye was the bald lady who ran the squad, the military.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I loved her. Could not get enough of her. I loved the scene with the rhino. Where the rhino's about to like kill her husband and she gets in front of it and he just stops and goes.
He like licks her. That was a cute scene. I forgot about that.
Yes, he stand for her.
Okay, so who were they to each other?
Yeah, so Okoye was that lady, and then Shuri.
Denai, which is the.
Shuri was the little one, yeah.
The lady that plays the actress that plays oh my god, Michonne in The Walking Dead. She plays Michonne in The Walking Dead.
Oh really? I didn't know that. Cool. I've never watched The Walking Dead.
Oh, it's all right.
Well, good. I'm glad she's getting movie roles like that.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Okay, so yeah, those are my two favorite characters, Shuri and Okoye. Okoye.
Shuri.
Okoye.
Yeah, I like the sister because she was like the young perspective in like the movie. I feel like a lot of Marvel movies or just like these action movies in general can get really heavy because they try to be, and I'm not a big Marvel comic universe like so I don't know how like loyal it is to the source material, but like I feel like a lot of them can be like really like drowned in trying to fit in everything that they want to fit in, and then don't let the characters like breathe and have sometimes like it's really forced like comedic relief sometimes. There
was character development on this, and it was way better than Ragnarok.
And I appreciated that the younger sister Shuri was like the younger perspective, that there was just someone with like a slightly different age like involved, and I like that she was so young and she was like the boss bitch of the lab.
There were a lot of perspectives in this movie because Okoye even had the perspective that she had where she was like, it's tradition. He won fair and square. He's going to be the leader now. We have to go by him.
Yeah,
I will not leave my country.
I'm loyal to whoever's sitting on that throne.
Yeah, but when he came back, she was like, he's not dead. So y'all got to fight it out. I'm sorry. I'm not helping you anymore. He's still alive, girl. You got to win this. Win it fair and square, girl.
Yeah.
I love that. He lives. Yeah. That was so cute. But there was a lot of different perspectives in the movie. And I really like how female driven it was, because
I was just thinking about that too.
There was like a lot of female power in the movie when it came, like their military is all women. Like and they were badass too. I really enjoyed that. Michael B. Jordan was cute, but I wanted to get into his like fitness, but those like little like bumps.
Oh, the little cuts.
For every kill that he's ever made, those were like distracting me, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, like,
I wanted to get into his fitness.
I wanted to, but they were a distraction for me. It was like he was wearing a mesh tank top.
What? Like he took off a really tight mesh.
Like he had like a really weird tan. But and I
the
get
girl
like
next to me in the theater. Did you hear her? She was like, "They just killed Michael B. Jordan because he's hot." And like, I mean, before he even appeared on screen, he was like, "But where's Michael B. Jordan?"
I like the way he said "freeze." I never freeze. I liked his. I lived for the accent that he had in the movie. Yeah. I thought it was super cute. The African references, the little bumps that he had, that's actually something to do with tribes in Africa. So the way they like played into all that. Yeah. The way they actually brought in like traditions from Africa, colors, patterns, like the lip plate.
Yeah.
The head thing that Angela Bassett wore, the headdress. Is it headdress?
I don't know. It was like a hat.
Yeah,
in layman's terms.
The outfitting, the colors, the jewelry, the accessories that
it was very wore. like modernized, but it was all like sourcing traditional African culture from different different regions.
Yeah.
Because like the scarification doesn't happen in the same place.
And every tribe was different. I liked that. Like every tribe had their own different like looks.
You know what tribe leader I loved was the tribe that was like an outsider tribe.
Oh, and he was like,
like,
"Are you done?"
Yes.
That one. Is it over?
You left where I think you took like a potty break.
Yeah. Probably.
At the moment where they go to him for help, and oh god, what's his name? The Hobbit guy, the white guy, the guy that plays the Hobbit.
The colonizer.
Yeah. Don't scare me.
Don't scare me like that, colonizer.
He was like, they were like pleading their case, like saying, "Oh my god, like he's dead and blah 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 blah, and like we need your help and we need your military." And like the guy started talking because he's like CIA, he's like important, you know, but in his own realm. And he starts talking and he just goes, "You don't speak." And the guy was just like it was like shaking in his boots.
I love that the only two white characters in the movie, one was despicable and died. And
who was that? That London guy.
He got fucking killed pretty early on.
Good.
And
good riddance.
The other one, like, his character was not. He was one of the main characters, but he was led by the women in the movie.
Yeah, well, like even in the trained skill that he had like used to be a pilot before he became CIA. So like he is a skilled person, but like he was very much out of his element, and obviously because Wakanda is like super technologically advanced, because
he was like out of date. He was like obsolete.
Yeah. I love that too. I thought it was I didn't think, I mean, I thought it was gonna happen, like there wasn't gonna be very many like white characters.
I mean, like a movie about Africa, yeah. I wouldn't expect a lot of white people either.
But I loved how they were utilized, like how you said. It was like it's kept to a minimum, which is fine because it's not their fucking country.
They were accessories to the main characters.
But one of them, which obviously was like just like a villain for the sake of being a villain, for for reckless abandon.
He literally was in the movie to get killed and used as a present.
Yeah, to get used as a bridge to get to Wakanda or whatever. Yeah, he was very much like a pawn. And then the other one was just used for like social commentary and just like, you don't get to speak. Yeah, I thought that was really
you may
cute.
be important over there, girl, but you're not over here.
But you in my house now.
I love that. I don't know how to, it's fit for American use. And she like tells him like, the ship can be used by you, I let it be American.
I like the part where they do the car chase, and like she gets put in like that simulator too, and she like, that girl's like just comedic relief all around. The little sister, she's like what side of the street is it on? And she's like, just get in the car. Your brother's gonna die.
Fucking cute. I love the scene where Okoye like surfs down the street on the hood of the car they were using. Oh, yeah. And Lupita Nyong'o's character just like rolls down the street like old school cartoon style with the steering wheel in her hand.
Super slapstick. The part where she takes off the wig and like tosses it.
The whole theater was like, she did that. She did not. They did not let this woman like snatch her own wig and use it as a weapon.
Because she had just like 5 minutes ago been complaining about it. She's like, it's silly. Like, it's
I feel
dumb.
fucking silly. And Lupita's like, it looks cute. And she's just like, I don't fucking care. This is not my gig. I'm a bald bitch and you need to let me
And
be.
she just went, and then like smacked him.
I like the guy who like caught in his face. He was like, no. Like it was some kind of rabid dog.
Yeah. I love it. That movie was good all around. It wasn't like, I don't think it was like exceptional as like an action movie, but what action movie is? Yeah. Leave it in the comments. I really want to know. Yeah. I really want to watch that movie. Because I haven't seen any of the Die Hards and the Born Identities, and I know that's what
oh my god, say. That's Jason Bourne.
Yeah, or the Takens. I haven't seen any of those. Yeah, but
I haven't been taken yet.
I've seen some of the other like Marvel movies, and it's just like very like stale. Yeah, it's just like more of the same. Like it's very formulaic, and this wasn't like. It was very much like the hero heuristic, like, oh my god, the hero faces adversity and then overcomes it because of law. You know, it was very much like copy paste storyline that. I like that. But I think the style was really cool.
Yeah, I like the romantic aspect of the movie wasn't like taking over the plot.
Yeah, and it wasn't the biggest motivator.
No, it wasn't.
He didn't come back from the dead.
Lupita Nyong'o kiss people.
Yeah.
I'm just like Lupita Nyong'o.
Make out. I really liked. Touching back on what you mentioned, Michael B. Jordan. I really liked his villain.
He was a good villain.
He was a really good villain.
He wasn't fully a villain either.
Yeah, he was like turned.
He was just kind of radical, I'd say, with like his execution of like plans.
Yeah.
But
and like anger driven. I really liked it. It like gave me like Walter White vibes.
Yeah, I liked him though. I liked him too.
He wasn't fully sympathetic because like obviously like Walter White, he has cancer. It's like you care, but Daddy got shot.
He had like the right ideas in some aspects, but like the part where he ruined like all those ceremonial flowers that like they needed to like have the Black Panther
resource.
Yeah, like that was kind of shitty, and I was just like, okay, well,
unnecessary.
he makes choices. So like, you know what I mean?
Choices. Yeah, I really liked it. I thought it was well executed, and I think it was very timely. I'm happy that they came out with it. It was just like a matter of time, but I think 2018 was a good.
How many weeks has it been out? At least a month, right?
Yeah,
it's been out for at least a month, and the theaters are still full.
Yeah,
we had to buy our tickets on what, Thursday?
We bought
a Thursday, and we saw it on a Sunday.
Yeah. And I tried because I told my boyfriend that we were gonna watch it, and he's like, oh, I want to go, not because out of his own volition, like I don't think he wants to go like see Black Panther, but he's just like, I want to be able to know the source material because people are talking about it, and I want to be able to like,
I want a conversation,
be able to debate. Yeah, he wants to like be able to debate, to like if it sucks, he wants to be like, no, it sucks because A, B, and C, or like no, it was good because of A, B, and C, and like these are weak points from purely science reasons. and yeah, in terms of conversation, but like there was like seats available, but there were like 2 away on this side and 2 away on that side, so there wasn't that many seats available after I checked that morning.
Yeah, it was
after you called me. Woke me up.
Wake me up. But
I liked it though. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty well-rounded movie.
I did too, and it's still making money.
Yeah,
it's still raking in that cash. And
but like, are you gonna go see Ant-Man though, and like Wasp Girl?
I didn't need that.
I don't think anybody did, but I'm just happy Paul Rudd is making money.
I mean, I'm
being cute. I like Paul Rudd.
I don't like Paul Rudd.
He's got good this.
He's like less attractive John Hamm.
Chin. John Hamm's got a big dick though. He can look like a fucking troll doll.
He's cute and he has a big dick.
Dude.
So like, fight me. I don't know what you want.
I'll watch all of Mad Men in one sitting just
to get a peek at that.
Just
that
to know.
Zick.
Just to know.
Okay, that's cute. Ooh, do you want to get into a peek? Okay. Do you want me to go or do you want to go?
Well, Black Panther was like half my peak, but
okay.
You can go.
Can I have my peek?
Yeah, have your moment.
I'm gonna peek. Hang on, I'm peeking. So my peek this week is Adam Rupaul getting his jush on the television circuit and everyone living for it.
Is he the ice skater guy?
Yes.
He is all over.
I love it.
Wait,
have you not seen his interviews though?
No, I haven't. I don't know.
We're watching his Ellen interview right after this.
Okay.
He is a personality.
I saw him.
He needs to be on the red carpet.
Really?
Yeah, he's fucking funny.
Ooh, okay, I'm interested.
He has comedic timing.
Yeah, I've seen.
He has movements. He has drama. He's a fucking figure skater.
Yeah.
He's got the movements down. He's really funny.
I've seen him. Oh god, I don't know who posted. I think it was like it wasn't like it wasn't Wow Presents. I think it was like Hey Queen, like Instagram or something. It was a video of him doing his ice skating routine to like I'm the one what? And like Alaska's verse. I thought that was really funny.
That is really
funny. That was really funny. I think that's the first time I saw him, and then I saw him. Didn't he show up to the Oscars? Wasn't he the one?
He wore the harness suit.
Yeah,
which I thought was kind of cute.
I
think it would have been cute if it was just on the arms, but he also had it on his chest, and it was like, yeah, gay culture, fine, but like it was a little too much, sis. But like, you know what, live your life. He was like expressing himself. He was having fun with fashion.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah, he was having fun, so whatever.
You know,
I love to have fun.
Smooch is a heavy one
because
she almost broke the window.
I know, she's real thick now.
I'm fat shaming you, Smooch.
I'm not fat shaming you.
You need to get on that kitty treadmill.
I wish they had those, and I wish that she would.
I think they have them for like rehab purposes for like animals.
I want to get her when I get a house, I want to get one of those like wheels, like a hamster wheel, but for a cat. They have those.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They have those for cats, and cats like them.
What?
You can get one made out of cardboard. Or with like a cardboard lining on the inside, so they can run and claw at the same time.
Ooh, that's cool. Wouldn't it have to be kind of big though if they want to go fast, so they can stretch?
I mean, yeah, you can put up against the wall though.
What? Yeah. That's height. That's cool. Stay thickly.
Yeah.
Stay thick, my friend.
I think it's what she deserves.
Well, I'm upset.
She's a shelter cat.
I'm sad that I haven't seen him in anything. Like,
he's funny. We'll watch his Watch What Happens live clips after this, and we'll watch his Ellen clips because he's fucking funny, dude. I think he's super cute. I think he's really funny.
He's adorable.
He's stated that he's not going to be in the Olympics anymore. He's like in the high 20s. So he's like, I have to compete against 17-year-olds, and like I already know it's my time. Like I'm done. I placed bronze.
How old is
I don't
he?
care. He's like 26, 27, maybe 28.
Damn,
he looks good for his age. But yeah,
he's 26. I bet he does.
I know, but like he doesn't have like he's not a worn.
Yeah.
You know.
He's not a leather couch.
He's not a hard 26, 27. Because you know what I mean.
Yeah, because he looks like 18, 20.
Yeah.
He looks like 22.
Yeah. 23. He looks like he's in his early 20s. But
sick.
He's very funny. He's very silly. He's super cute. And like on Watch What Happens Live, Andy was like, well, what are you going to do now? Mm-hmm. And he's like, I don't know. I like what I'm doing right now. Just like, you know, drinking. Yeah.
Is that what you posted on like Snapchat yesterday with that blonde lady? She looks like a Beverly Hills housewife. Mm-hmm. Okay, that was him. That was him. Okay.
And, with Brandy.
I'm like, that looks.
Glanville?
He looks really familiar.
He's really funny. He's super funny. That's the only reason I watched it. And Brandy
was
Glanville
obstructed was by the Botox.
Did you see his face when she was talking? He was just like,
it moves.
He was just like, wow, look at her. Look at her face. She's talking, but nothing's moving.
Oh my god! No, I see sounds, but like, does she have like a?
Is she talking? She's like a muppet.
She's like a muppet.
Like
ventriloquism.
Yeah, but Brandy Glanville's actually really funny.
Yeah, she was funny just in that snap that you sent.
Yeah,
I thought that was cool.
About Omarosa fucking Donald Trump.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of, what a perfect segue.
Okay.
So, do you know who Stormy Daniels is? Not to be forgotten.
Yes, I do. She's the porn star.
Yeah.
She's. Oh my god.
What?
About our conversation about Kylie Jenner's daughter.
Yeah.
Stormy Daniels.
I tried really hard to not.
I know. I know who Stormy Daniels is. I know who Stormy Daniels is. May I intro her?
Go. Yes.
May I feature her?
Now presenting.
So Stormy Daniels is the porn actress, adult film star, escort, blonde lady, who allegedly fucked our president and signed an NDA or some sort.
Yeah.
About not talking about it. But I mean, like, who wouldn't sign an NDA? Who wouldn't have to sign an NDA for fucking him, honestly?
You know.
I bet Melania has to sign one every single time he comes in her face.
I don't think she takes it to the face anymore. Doubt it. Highly doubt it. Boobies, maybe. Just for the protein.
Yeah.
Just for the protein.
Tightening. Tightening and rightening of her face, you know?
Yeah.
Hello.
So she did sign the NDA, but guess who didn't sign the NDA? So I've come to find out. Our president.
So it's null?
So she filed a lawsuit against him, basically saying that because you didn't sign it. So it's still debated whether or not Donald Trump knew about this agreement, because he didn't issue the agreement. He didn't have her sign that contract.
I'm sure, like, as soon as he's done coming on her face and he's like, go take a bath, as soon as she gets out of the shower, there's like a lawyer being like, hey, I need you to sign this.
So his name is Michael. It's Michael
Imagine being the cum assistant. That would suck.
Dude, Michael Cohen is his name. I don't know if he's the one that served her the papers or had her sign the NDA or whatever, but she signed an NDA basically saying that she wouldn't talk about it, he paid her out of his own pocket, allegedly, $150,000.
Not enough.
No. And this was like,
I want to disguise myself as a lotto winner if I fuck him.
The affair. Yeah. And like, how do you write that off? Like, how do you say, oh, I paid her $150? Like, does your Venmo message just say for fucking our future president, like presidential candidate?
Just like an eggplant, #Prez.
Yeah.
#MAGA.
It's just like eggplant emoji and like the United States flag.
Make America come again.
So basically, he paid her $150, which is not enough it's not enough to fuck him.
It's not enough to be in the same room as him. It's not enough to like brush hair off my titty in front of him.
So he paid her $150K. She signed the agreement. Michael signed the agreement, and like a witness signed the agreement, whatever. But she basically, I think Michael Cohen or somebody from the president's party, because obviously he's not speaking on it. He's denied all allegations. Someone from the president's party has been talking about it. She went on like Jimmy Kimmel or I don't know, one of those late night
she has
things,
been
and
on the TV circuit.
She denied everything. She's like, did I don't think that's my signature. Like, she's like, did you sign the papers? And like they brought out like pictures of her with her autograph, and she's like, that doesn't look like my signature. Does it look like my signature? And she'd be like, that doesn't look like my signature. She was just like denying. But yeah, she was making the circuit. She was making her rounds.
She's like being like real lackadaisical
she's
about her
doing like
denials
pre-promo
too.
for her book.
Yeah,
A
because
memoir.
she's like, it'll be in the book.
A Stormy memoir.
Yeah.
You know? So she basically was saying like, oh, because you guys are talking about it, that voids the NDA. And also our president didn't sign it. Like, he didn't sign it. This affair happened in like 2006 to 2007, in which he was already married to Melania.
I mean, but what the fuck else is new? He's cheated on his like last 2 wives too, didn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One of them was with Melania.
Yeah.
So.
And she's basically requesting for it to be like null and void, and for her to go about her business. You know, basically like get the fucking movie rights, get like, you know, go.
Honey, I'm gonna be on Lifetime, Mom.
Yeah, go about making her cash money. So that was just my favorite, because that's just like the American dream, isn't it? I mean, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it has to happen with Donald Trump.
Imagine everyone at CNN loving a porn star.
Yeah.
And MSNBC just being like, yes, our queen Stormy. Yes, queen.
It reminds me of that.
It's so funny.
The porn star, like presidential candidate from Parks and Rec.
Oh my god.
Always comparing herself to like Leslie. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I'm just like Leslie.
And Leslie was like,
nope. No,
I don't. I wouldn't make that comparison. I think we're two completely different people.
Like in my scene. Yeah, it's just dumb. I loved it. But yeah, I applaud her for just, you know, making money moves.
Yeah.
And also for just like
those bloody shoes don't pay for themselves.
They really don't. I tried and it just didn't work out.
Do you think she's on PR lists?
For what? No.
Do you think
I don't
Two-Faced is like, come on, let's send her a palette?
No.
Jared Blandino was like, yeah, it needs to happen.
Maybe if she has an Instagram.
Do you think she got those hair pills from Tati?
I wanted to talk about that.
Okay. So, do you have anything else to say about Miss Daniels?
No. I just think it's my peak of the week just because she's, you know, just go get some, girl. Go.
She's getting
live
her
your
coins.
life. Just live your life.
I live. She's
and I hope it turns out in her favor, because I think beyond just
it makes me want to look at her film role, honestly.
Well, I think just beyond the scandal, the escándalo of her having that affair like a decade ago, I really could give a fuck. I really don't care. But like I don't like the ickiness of like the lawyer and the president allegedly not knowing and covering it up and paying her off to just like be quiet about it, because that's really sketch.
Yeah,
and so if that can get like null and void, and like if the truth, quote unquote, the truth can come out on her side and she can actually speak on it, I think it would just show that our president is capable of lying.
And what else is he capable of doing or lying about?
Yeah. So I just think.
But I mean, like, it's time and time again he's lied about the whole grab him by the pussy.
Yeah, and that was the moment.
Remember
where
when he denied that,
like,
and then the videos came out, and like the people who filmed it were like, "No, that's definitely you."
Yeah, I don't know when she signed the NDA. I think I saw like an image of it, but I didn't really pay attention to when she signed it. But I think that's when she was really like, he was still not elected yet. It was still like before the election. That's when that came out, and she was just like, that's really when I decided like I don't want to be a part of this narrative. I don't want to be associated to him. Like, I don't want to be a part of this narrative. I want to say like my part. And so that's when like
when Alaska was on his show.
Oh, on The Apprentice.
And Alaska was like, listen.
Was he on? was Alaska on when?
I think it was during Arnold's season.
Yeah.
But Alaska still came out and was like, listen, this is before he announced candidacy. This is before any of that. I was just, gonna collect some coins.
Yeah.
I'm a drag queen and I was on TV. I needed the exposure. Listen.
Yeah.
It was not my intention.
That's good.
I don't stand for that, man.
That's when he was before he was like a real like front runner for the
That was like when he right after he first like,
because he announced wanting to run since like 2014. Which is a lot like way earlier than when I was paying attention.
Yeah, but like that was before anyone took what he had to say seriously.
Yeah, I wasn't like really paying attention until like the end of 2015, where I was like, "What the actual fuck?"
What in God's?
It was like 2015. it was like 2015 where I was like, oh yeah, the election's coming up, and I was just like, oh shit. Oh fuck, because people were just like dropping off like flies, like they were just dropping on both sides, and it was scary.
And then this happened.
It is now currently scary.
Yeah.
Welcome to present
Congress.
day.
Thanks, senators.
But the primaries just happened. Did you get to vote?
No,
I got to vote.
I didn't get to.
I got there right before closing. Like
I got a fucking ticket.
Adult. You did get a ticket. I thought that was so funny. And the video of me just like
running that red light, mama. Me just living out loud. I was coming home from the mall too. I know I had food, and that's why I was driving fast.
You were like, let me get this in my belly.
I need to go home and eat now. It's my time. I want it now. I was getting my shopportunity.
Your shopportunity.
Yeah.
Dude, I am so happy that I got to be there watching you watch that video, because you were just like,
I
yep.
was exposed. I was taken out of my body. That video made me astral project. I thought it would just be photos, but that video had me rolling.
Yeah, I didn't
It was just, honestly, I'm guilty, and it was funny.
Guilty as charged.
Guilty, honey, let me tell you.
Okay. Those were my final thoughts, THOT.
Okay. You wanted to make comments post Stormy, pre-Stormy. Who was?
Peek of the week. Oh, Tati.
Tati. About her hair pills.
So Tati, Glam Life Guru. What's her last name? Westbrook. On the YouTube, in the YouTuber community.
She's an influencer.
Has released a brand. And last week she was talking this and that about my brand and my brand. I'm coming out with a brand.
My brand, and here's what it looks like at the end of all of my videos.
Yeah, people were asking questions, and they were like, oh my god, and making comments like, I'm so excited for you to come out with makeup because you review makeup. It's going to be great. Or skincare, la la la.
Who said it's going to be makeup?
That's how she ended her video, and I was just like, you bitch. Cliffhanger. I love it. But then she came out with what it was going to be.
And half of her audience. That's when her audience split.
And I was like, girl, hair pills,
supplements, bitch.
I was like, where do you get off? I wasn't angry, but I was just like, it was like,
I was angry. I was
very
mad.
not expected.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Why? Because like, she wears extensions and makeup. And she has like admitted to like she has videos of her getting Botox in her face. Yeah. So it's like, am I really to trust someone who like is nip tucked, sucked, and taped to the gods?
What I would have really what I really would have appreciated was like this Sanjati
Steph
Sanyati. Oh, like in-depth video just like hers, like of her being like week 1, week 2, week 3. But I know that she doesn't have the like. She doesn't have
the range.
Yeah, she doesn't put a lot of effort into her videos. She just puts in, it's like a quantity over quality, and so she doesn't spend a lot of time with one video.
Her makeup reviews, she's reliable in terms of like, you know, a makeup opinion.
And she'll circle back and talk about products that she likes, and they'll eventually make it into her favorites. But like,
when she remembers to do product photography too, that's also nice.
But she doesn't spend a lot of time on one video, and you can tell it's like not more than like a day or two. Yeah. And so she'll I'm so low in this frame. She'll I didn't expect, or I wish that she would have done a video where like she first started off with the hair vitamins, or she's like testing like a whole behind the scenes of like her hair before, her skin after, her like her just sitting down and saying like record of her saying like, oh, I have this issue with my skin, like it's not even an issue, but just like, I wish my skin was better in this way and that way. And like we know that stuff, like she wears extensions, she gets Botox because she's open about that. But like if she had like a dry patch right here, like I literally have a dry patch right here, to where if it gets crusty, dusty, nasty if I put makeup on it, if I'm not wearing like moisturizer or anything, but like to show the effects of what she's trying to sell, because she keeps saying clinically proven, and that she has a good team behind her, and that they're educated and all that stuff. Yeah.
Where are they? What's the factory look like, sis? Jeffree Star takes photos of his factory.
It's like, girl, if you're selling something, and she has sold cosmetics before, she's been in the selling market, like she's sold at counters before and stuff like that, she's obviously gonna say all the selling points that you have to say for you to get your point across, to be like,
I love legit. When they say you need this product. Yeah. And she's like, you guys need these hair supplements. You need them. oh my God, what's your hair now? Don't.
But she kept like saying like, I saw the difference in my stuff, and it's just like, okay, but it's clinically
Where are the
proven.
before and afters?
Yeah, like let's see at least a before and after of your hair. Like take your extensions out and show us. Like, dude, Katie did it, and she had a chemical freaking haircut.
She had a chemical cut. Her shit was fucked up for a minute.
Shit was fried.
It looks great now though.
Dyed and fried. But yeah, like even a couple weeks ago, she posted like a selfie on like a very generic wall, and she was just like, "Oh, like no."
It's like if Katie made a video about a push-up bra with her titties,
and she has fake titties.
Yeah, really good looking fake titties.
Yeah,
you, when she does decide to put them out on Instagram.
Yeah, you think she thought she was gonna sell out?
I think
probably not after the first day after she announced it.
No, I think she's one of those delusional YouTubers. And she's like, I have a good following. There's like over 1 million people that follow me. They'll buy it. And it's like,
if everyone
but like,
will buy it. Much is it? How much is it? I haven't seen the price.
It's like $30, 30, 40.
For how many?
Like a month or two's worth. Enough for you to see results.
Clinically proven, medically tested.
Clinically proven, medically tested. My grandma has them. My mom has them. But like, the reason it's not selling out is because every fucking YouTuber has a hair supplement ad on Instagram.
Yeah,
that market's saturated.
Gummy ones.
Mm-hmm. That market's very saturated. Like the reason Jeffree Star is successful is because of the timing of his liquid lipsticks launching, and the colors that he's using, and the reputation he has in makeup. She just has a reputation in makeup.
Yeah, that's all she had. Reviews.
There's no timing. There was barely any preparation because Jeffree Star was candid about what he was doing before he released, his project too. Mm-hmm. He said, I'm into makeup. I'm going to be making cosmetics.
Yeah, he was like a makeup artist, and he always like, his face was always like painted. And so you could always tell that he was like creative with makeup, at least to express his
Or what is his name? Angel from Artist Couture.
Yeah.
He does the loose highlighters.
Mac Daddy.
And they fucking slam. Like
I want the Jackie.
What does Nicki Minaj say? Those highlighters slap. They really do. His shit slaps. Like they're good and people like them.
Slap bracelets.
Him and Jackie Aina work like this.
Yeah.
LeBron's and La Peach.
La Peach. I want La Peach.
It's really cute.
Is it a loose? I haven't even.
They are loose highlighters, yeah. Oh. That scares me because I like a solid highlighter too. I like a pressed.
That's scary.
Because if you drop it, Mama, that's it.
It's gone forever. Gone for good.
You'll never be able to get it back in that sifter.
I know. Yeah, that was just kind of like disappointing. Mm-hmm. But her video where she addresses the haters.
It's it's hour. 50 minutes long.
I haven't even gotten through it.
I'm not going to.
I've sat for like 3 sittings.
I want to. We can look at the comments.
But literally, yeah, let's look at the comments.
Because I already know.
But literally my favorite part, because she doesn't say a lot. Like, she keeps regurgitating the same thing. Like,
her last video that she put out after that, the one that she did today, where she's just like, it's just been such a rough week for me. And I just, I've never had such a stressful week in my life. Because, like, first everyone hated my brand. And now my grandfather's in the hospital. And it's like.
Oh, Lord.
I mean.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I was watching a lot of slime videos. Because I've
actually never seen the people you subscribe to, so I'm interested in your subscription list.
Oh, it's like whatever.
It's whatever. Wait, we're actually gonna watch part of the video.
Oh wait, I forgot that we said we were gonna do that. Okay.
Responding to questions, concerns, and accusations.
Does she name any names? I just love the part where she was talking about like, don't come for my mom.
I need some good food.
She did not ask for this. She didn't ask for this. And she's like, don't talk about my mom. Don't do it. And she was just like very like trying to be stern about it. I like that she like, for the most part, kept her cool. I'm actually quite open to this vitamin with a list of ingredients and their percentages. I can just ask my doctor if the ingredients will cause any allergies and decide whether to take it. It may not be the right product for me, but as a person who takes various supplements and sees the benefit in them, I'm open to this vitamin. I can
that one, Molly McTeague. She's giving you the tea.
I take prenatal vitamins and they do the exact same thing, except they aren't $30. Girl.
Dragger, you can buy fucking Biotin.
Yeah, for like $10.
Yeah. Or 20 and you'd get like 4 months worth.
Oh, okay. Hey, Tati, I just wanted to let you know the problem wasn't actually you coming out with vitamins. It was the launch itself. The launch was poorly executed in my opinion. You should have done a 25-minute video with an expert explaining the process of coming up with the ingredients.
What we just talked about.
I don't trust vitamins, but congratulations on your launch. I wish your team did a better job in the marketing.
Yeah.
I'll be interested in trying out your skincare and makeup in the future. That is so true. Because I was about to mention this, I don't even know if I did, but it's like she had a whole clinical medical team to make sure that everything was safe, because it doesn't have to be FDA approved.
Yeah.
Like they can literally put anything in there.
She could like make mustard pills and be like, it's good for your skin.
Yeah, and like people, like, yes, to a certain extent she has to disclose what's in there,
Yeah.
but not the percentages, not like important information, especially with people with allergies.
Yeah.
Or like that are pregnant, blah blah blah. Or that are vegan. Like she didn't have to make it vegan. That's obviously something that she wanted to do, things like that. But yeah, it didn't seem like she had a good like a marketing team. I think she just kind of took it like, oh, I'm an like how you said, like, I'm an influencer, I have a following, it'll sell itself basically because of me.
That's not the case with fucking vitamins. No.
But like you know who has a really good marketing situation going on, kind of like to a certain extent? Kathleen Lights. I see her ads like in a bunch of places. I see her ads on like recommended for, and I don't buy like nail polish online. Obviously she's all over my everything because I watch her on YouTube on my laptop, and like I follow her on Instagram on my phone. Mm-hmm. So it's understandable that I get ads, but like I at least get ads. And I can understand, like, she's had that brand for a while now, like over a year now. Mm-hmm. This is barely coming out, but like, dude, buy an ad. Like, or just like don't make it like
it'll all be word of mouth. It'll be like super cute.
Yeah, like guerrilla marketing. No, like and she didn't, like, even though she throughout a week like announced or like had an announcement or like whatever, like had like a tease or whatever, like she should have just, yeah, like he's like they said, like you should have had somebody from your board like come on and just like give a better explanation. If someone says trust me, you shouldn't trust them. Oh,
and the quote is from someone.
Wow. Yeah.
Can you stop cuddling with my fucking mic? Rude.
Tati, why should we trust you? You say I don't work with dumb people. Who can you confirm except you? Like, see, those are like comments that I don't see are beneficial, because you say, oh, I work with Tom Johnson. Who the fuck is that? I don't care. Like,
gee, I sure hope no one gets pregnant and sues you.
Yikes. Yeah, see, like these are like super silly. It's just obviously like people like, it's just a hair
She's
vitamin.
the Cardi B of makeup right now.
It's just like a hair why Cardi B? What's happening to her?
Because Cardi B is responding to all of the hate about her and Offset. Like,
what about what's happening with Offset?
Well, he's cheated on her, but
yeah, I thought that was old school. I thought that was old news. I mean,
well, I know, but like she's still responding to like haters on Twitter and Instagram.
That's how you know she's a normal girl.
Yeah, but like I don't think she's realizing that like half of what people are telling you are trolls, and then the other half are like,
just doing it to get your attention.
Yeah, and the other half are like pretty upset about you not just doing fucking cosmetics and skincare. Like, yeah, no one cares about
and honestly, and like in any avenue that she pursues, like she wouldn't be the person formulating it. She wouldn't have the experience or the know-how to execute anything on her own, which is to say about anything. Like any endeavor that you take on, you can't do it on your own. You have to have a team behind you, and you have to trust that team. But her experience and her like expertise, quote unquote, is with reviewing makeup. I just think like her experience is more in the makeup aspect and like the skincare aspect, so she knows what works for her. And I just thought it was
people don't know her for supplements. That's like the big thing. It's like you don't have a reputation in supplements, so why would you start there?
And like unless she would have had someone like that person said to come on camera and say this and this, like infomercial style with like a lab coat on,
like the Clinique ladies,
like like take the offensive instead of the defensive. Like she had to say everything about the percentages in the in the like the drama video. Like, is there nothing on the site that says the percentages or like anything like that? Probably not.
That I saw.
It's
on
not
the
very
first
sexy
page.
marketing.
No, it looks like really weird. It looks like an Instagram product.
Really?
Yeah, the marketing for it's very Instagram-y.
Where how is it?
It's Halo Beauty.
Oh God. I tell all my hoes. Halo brows. Really, Miguel?
No. That's the only bitch that I've seen do it, so it's not a thing.
Okay. I got so discouraged with
There,
humanity.
people are making it a thing because they saw that bitch do it.
Allure. Can Tati Westbrook's beauty supplement mess with birth control? She's probably like shed tears over this. Oh no, that's not it. Wait, where's her website? She's not even the first hit on the site.
Yeah, because
like,
no one's going to her fucking website.
But she can buy that. You can literally buy that. If you did you spend that much money on some fucking ingredient?
Go down, keep going down.
Girl.
Go to the first. Go up and just put them in one as one
Halo
word.
Beauty. No, it's like Allure.
There it is.
It's not even the first hit on Google.
I mean,
that is marketing 101. I know to do that. If I wanted Scrambled to pop off,
you gotta buy a Google.
I would buy a Google like
placement.
a Google Prime spot. Wow. Okay, it's like not that bad.
It doesn't look ugly. It looks like nice, but
girl, Ceramide RX.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has something about like the ingredients.
There's like
and the percentages.
But like that shit looks blurry.
I know that's like the worst when like your supplements or like when any makeup or that whatever that you buy, like has a blurry picture in the back. Don't buy that shit. 90% reported the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles reduced.
90% of what? Animals?
Of you?
You and James?
Where's the asterisk? These statements had not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Our product is intended to diagnose, treat, blah, blah, blah. Beauty is not intended as a substitute for medical advice. You're pregnant. Okay, that's good. They covered their bases there. Wow.
Yeah, but like that's as far as it really goes.
Why is it just pictures of her, girl? Have pictures of someone else.
What if it is her and James and like she's putting herself heavily into it and like his consideration was only like 15%? And that's why only 85% said their skin looked more useful.
Oh no preservatives, no paraben. Anyways, I'm happy for her that she's living her dream, doing like getting a brand out, and she has to have tough skin in order to do any of this. So I'm good that she finally got her intro into that, but it's just, girl, your marketing, if you're not the first hit on fucking Google on your launch the week after your launch, no, you should be the first hit even if you're selling like fucking shit pills. Like you should like hair clippings. You should be the first hit on Google.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
I am your go-to. I'm not above it. I'm your go-to place to get like hair in a bottle. Use Dundies. I'm the first hit on Google. Bitch, go through me.
I will piss in your camera.
No.
Where do you want? How do you like your piss? Warm, cold, frozen? I've got you covered.
I've got you.
See me for piss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. So speaking of, I've been listening to that podcast, Sex Gets Real, and all of the like sex positive like podcasts that I've listened to.
Positive. Okay.
Mentioned, and I know I said wrap it up, and I'm starting a whole new topic,
okay.
but I'll be quick. They've mentioned this website called Fet Life, which I believe stands for fetish life, and on my way I'm sorry. On my way over here, I looked it up at like a stoplight. I was like, okay, I need to fucking go to this site and just see what it's about, because it's apparently like a social network. And so I got on and I just like closed the browser and like kept listening to the podcast because I was being a responsible driver. And I got here and I went to the restroom and I like pulled it up and it said sign up, and I was just like, okay, might as well. And it asked me so many questions. I was just like, I didn't know how to answer any of these. I was just like, don't put me in a box.
I like how when you first got this phone, you were like, I'm not going to use the fingerprint reader.
Oh, I live.
Yeah, I told you.
I
was like, you think that.
I do. I still do wish it was a button, because sometimes it is a little bit cumbersome. It's a little bit cucumber to get in there. But
Cucumbersome?
Yeah. But like, I don't have a nickname. That's the first thing it asks me. It's a nickname.
Do you see you're trying to get?
What's she doing?
She's looking at bugs.
Aw. I don't have a nickname. It asked me for my gender.
Goofy Goober should be your name.
Goofy Goober?
Goofy Goober should be your username.
Sexual orientation, fluctuating, evolving, asexual, unsure, not applicable, bisexual. What is hetero flexible? Like I'm straight, but like, is it like bi-curious?
I mean, I'm straight, but like $20 is $20.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
I can make $20. Okay.
Hetero flexible.
I just didn't know. I was just like, I was so overwhelmed immediately. Like before.
You were just like, I don't know the sign up process.
Yeah, before.
It was me during my interview today. Oh, my interview today. That was intense.
Before I even flushed, I was like, I need to close this out. I'm not ready.
Yeah, you were just like, maybe I'm not ready to have sex.
Yeah, I just can't do this.
Yeah.
Aw. Are you excited for your interview?
Okay. I mean, I already had it.
Your questions were a little bit weird. Like,
they were very weird.
What
I've
Disney
never been asked
princess
them.
would you be?
Well, that was just like me being like clickbaity about it, but the questions
about our conversation.
One of the questions they asked me.
I am so sorry.
It's fine with me.
I'm getting too excited.
The questions they asked me, one of them was if you could be anywhere, and this question, you know, there's no right or wrong answer, and I'm like, then why the fuck would you ask it to me? But she was asking me stuff like, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would you be and why?
Venice, because it's sinking.
I was like, in bed at home with my cat, probably sleeping.
Really?
Yeah.
Aw.
She was like, really? I was like, yeah, and I'd like probably be doing that right now if I didn't have to be at work.
If I didn't have to be like a functioning adult.
Yeah, and another question was like, how do you feel about disturbing images online? How do you feel when you see, you know, mistreated animals, violence and such online? And I was just like empathetic, and then I scroll away. Like, what do you want from me to like it, love it, laugh at it, and then like leave a hate comment?
Do
like,
those stupid react emoji things.
Yeah.
The other day, someone sent me a message, like asking for help on a set, and I accidentally reacted to it like after our conversation was over. No, I think I put like an angry thing, and just because I was like trying to like scroll past it, and I held it too long, and it like did it for me, and it didn't like ask for my approval, and I'm just like, no, I didn't mean to. I felt like such an old person. It was just like my finger happened to be at the wrong spot.
That was me and like the iPhone swipe up thing now.
Yeah.
To get to your homepage, I do that all the time, and I always laugh at people's posts now on Facebook.
Oh,
I'm like an
no.
old man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was questions like that, and I think they were more so just like, are you a psychopath or not? Type of questions, but like, are you personable? Are you approachable? Like, she asked me about like what social media presence that I have, and I was just like, you name it, I got it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm in the social media.
I'm still on Vampire Freaks.
I check my
Zynga.
BuzzNet every week.
I loved BuzzNet.
BuzzNet was cute. It had a good photography profile page. But yeah, they just asked. It was the question she asked me. It was just like I was having a conversation with a friend, and it felt really weird because, bitch, you're not my friend.
Hire me. That's cool.
Pay me,
I'm
and then we can have a conversation about my
excited.
favorite Twitter profile. Like, no.
Yeah. Follow my podcast. Listen to my podcast.
Yeah, but she. Shiva. It was an interesting interview, to say the least.
Yay.
To say the most. I'm just kidding.
Would you ever want to be the person that's interviewing people to hire?
I've done that.
You've done that?
Yeah.
Do you like it? Do you hate it? Like seeing everybody's hopes and dreams at your fingertips.
Yeah, it's really funny because you have to rate them 1 through 5 where we work.
A lot of power.
And the questions are all work related where we work. So it's like all related to the material at hand. And one of the questions I asked somebody was like, name a time where you had a goal and you reached it.
Well, this summer I lost 20 pounds.
Really?
Yeah. And it took everything in my body to just be like, Michael, just fucking smile. Just smile and say, how interesting. That is crazy. How did you do that?
That's great.
Act interested in this wrong ass answer that's getting a 1.
Ah.
And at the end of the interview, you have to like shake their hand and walk them back over to like human resources where they talk about hiring, and you have to score it first, and like they have to reach a certain like number score to qualify for the job. You didn't qualify, but I always, whenever I did it, I was just like, don't tell me what score they need to like get hired, because I don't care. I'm just gonna fill out the form and you let them know the score, because otherwise I'm just gonna feel bad and do it.
Yeah.
So like, let me be a human being, let me score it the way I need to, and then get out of here.
Yeah,
Shake his
because I
hand,
mean,
set 'em
obviously,
free.
if they get a 5, it's gonna be good, and if they get a 1, it's gonna be better. Just
Never
let me
saw
know.
him after that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I'm assuming I didn't score him very high, but
I would
it's just-
hate that job.
Some people just don't understand the questions that you ask are like about your job, and make sure they're work related. Don't talk about how like, well, this one time I was eating applesauce on my break and this girl came in and she smelled like fish. Like, you just don't want to hear those types of things during interviews. Like, be professional, understand that it's a professional environment.
That's really funny.
Like, you hear some really stupid shit, but
She smelled like fish.
beach. She smelled like fish. But that's my Chi-Chi DeVane impression, by the way.
I love Chi-Chi. Chi-Chi is such a good sport. Can we talk? I don't think we've talked about Drag Race in a
She
little
was
bit.
a good sport. She went peacefully both times.
She said
When she came
"Don't
back,
bring
she was
it."
like, I'm happy to be back.
Have you seen the like workroom goodbyes for the queens? Like where it used to be like after the
like on Untucked.
Like after
where
the
they'd,
Untucked
like,
where
get
it's
walked
black and
out.
white. Yeah. So it's like that.
And
It's-
they'd like give everyone that puts them in the van the hug.
Yeah.
Thanks,
So they don't get put in the van. It's just like a really elongated like 6-minute
Exit
interview. Yeah, in the workroom. And Aja's is so good. She's so animated. It's cute.
She's an animated person.
You should watch it.
I like Aja.
She's like
funny.
she like puts on Trixie's roller skates and roller skates around. She's like, oh, and this wig, and you guys didn't get to see this. And
She just had fun.
yeah, she's super cute. I wish she would have gotten a little bit longer in the competition.
But you're glad Morgan's back, no?
I am. I wanted to see more. I think we talked about
Well,
it.
now you're gonna get to.
Yeah, we got. I wanted to see a lot more of Morgan when she got announced. So I'm excited that
Yeah.
she's back. Those tits are so big though.
She wears some big tits.
Tickle bitties. But yeah, I'm happy she's back. I'm happy Morgan is back in the competition.
Mick Merkles.
I don't think she's gonna.
I don't think she's gonna win, but I mean, I'm happy to see
Win.
what happens.
Yeah. Decompress. This is a good episode.
Yeah, it was a good episode. I like it.
We talked about porn stars that fucked our president. Allegedly.
We talked
I'm not gonna
about.
put myself out there.
We
like
dragged
that.
Emma Stone.
We dragged Emma Stone.
Something I've been waiting to
It was
do.
a very female oriented.
Yeah. We talked about our favorite movie this last week.
We talked about Black Panther.
Yeah.
We talked about Rupaul.
Rupaul.
It's a lot. I'm happy.
Big conversation.
I'm happy.
I don't know how much editing is gonna be needed, but I'm excited. I'm happy. All right.
Bye. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Peace out.
Come back. Thanks
Leave
so
us.
much.
Oh, apparently, so I found out on iTunes you can leave like comments and ratings.
Yeah.
Leave us a rating. Let us know how we're doing.
Leave us a rate-a-mo.
Ask us a question. We also are very never on Twitter, but if you
I'm always on Twitter.
well, like on our like the Scrambled cast.
Oh
Twitter.
no.
But I want to start pushing it a little bit more.
Retweet it. We should retweet it when we post the episodes. We should post the episode information there and just retweet it.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. But also
Not me.
I want to just like be on there just like as a user and like flesh it out and like retweet stuff that I want to talk about. So if we ever do get anybody on there,
You'd see like previews. Of
yeah,
what
they
we're
can
gonna be
like it
commenting
and like
on.
we can do polls of questions and like I just want to be a lot more interactive. So if you guys do watch, if you do listen, feel free to ask us questions on Twitter. We're at Scramblecast. And yeah, just leave us a rating, leave us a comment. You can ask us a question, anything you'd like, so we can talk about. That'll be fun. All right, bye.
Bye. Tight. Excuse me. Actually, don't. Don't excuse me. I don't want to be your
I need
excuse.
a lipstick on. Do you have a mirror?
I thought I gave it to you. I need to give you the light up mirror. Go get it.
No, it's not.
It's in the bathroom. Yeah. Why were you running like a Naruto character? It's in the little cupboard. On the last shelf in a bag. Yes. Did you find it? Did she find it, ladies and gents? You what? Oh yeah, I had the butter bronzer in there, right? Tight. It'd be nice if I actually used it. It'd be nice if I actually used it. Instead of just being a potato on the podcast all the time.
I love putting that on just to smell it. How does this
Yeah.
work? Oh Lord.
You just pop it
I
open.
want to press the button.
It's okay. If you press it twice, you can turn it on to light it up. Yeah, it's a look. It's intense.
Is that how much it's charged?
Yeah.
What? You don't. What?
That's the battery level.
Why are you parting ways with this?
Oh, I told you could have it. Remember?
I obviously had forgotten.
Oh, well, I told you you could have it.
Okay.
Because I don't use it as much as I thought I would, and they're pretty cheap, so I don't mind buying another.
If you miss it.
You'll use it more than I do. It's a big mirror.
Ooh, I put on my headphones and I hear everything.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah? I need to check my settings to make sure that I am on proper energy saving mode, so that way I'm not really saving energy and I'm just consistently screen on. Cool.
Wait, your screen stays on in energy shaving mode?
Well, it has the settings for you to like change how much it's on in energy saver settings. It's in there, but it's not efficient.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like it's 10 minutes or like power off in like 2. Yeah, mine turns off a lot. Okay. Getting my notes. Don't look at them.
Don't look at mine. I always keep mine on my phone.
Oh,
I'm that bitch, you know?
I can't. Mine are cross communication devices. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Is that right? No, not yet. Wait, can you hear this? Not really.
I bet you could. I'll bet you have picked it up. You betcha. I love that I have 2 dreams written down in here.
What's the last dream that you remember?
Let me see.
Do you always write them down?
If I remember them when I wake up. A woman becomes sick and ignores her symptoms throughout the dream. She gets to a point where she can no longer ignore her feelings and collapses. The skin on her face begins to smoke. Her face begins to boil and then pops. Her face sinks into itself. I woke up.
That's weird.
I know, right? Welcome to my dreams. She's a lady.
Oh no, I'm making it so much worse. I feel pressure.
Don't. Ooh, that's a look,
There's
though.
no fixing that.
I mean, you can. I have makeup wipes.
Oh my god.
I'm hypoglycemic.
What does it mean?
I was gonna say what is it, hyperventilating, but I like saying hypoglycemic instead. I said it to someone earlier today, and they looked at me like I was really stupid, and then I was like, "It's funny because it's true. I'm stupid. Not hypoglycemic. I'm really just stupid."
Isn't hypoglycemic like something to do with
Your sugar levels, yeah. Your glucose levels. You're not fully fueled.
Oh, is that when you need like a piece of candy? Some hard candy?
My unintentionally racist photography teacher in high school was hypoglycemic, and it was really funny.
I'm just gonna overdraw.
You're gonna be a bitch. You're gonna be Kylie Jenner. Scrambled podcast featuring Kylie Jenner. We've got celebrity guests this week. Stormy Jenner. What is her baby daddy's name?
Travis Scott?
Travis Scott. So her last name is gonna be Scott. Stormy Scott.
Stormy.
That sounds like a porn star name.
I mean, it half already is.
Oh, we peaked.
We don't need a clap. Okay, let me start this clip over. This is gonna be just a clip of bloopers.
Yeah, that's fine.
First clip.
Meow.
So
Oh,
that
your
was
hair looks cute. I like it to the side like that.